Welcome, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of Miami-Dade County High School baseball. And we have another excellent game in store for you today. The Palmer Trinity Falcons are coming into San Brendan's to face the home team, the Sabres, that are led by head coach Jorge Robles. The Palmer Trinity Falcons are led by Howard Cuervo. Both good teams with good records. The Palmer Trinity Falcons are 3-1 with one tie, and San Brendan's is 4-3. Two good pitchers on the mound today. For the Palmer Trinity Falcons, it's Kevin Prieto, and for the Sabres, it's the left-handed Henry Pereira. So we should have a good one here. We'll be right back with the starting lineups and the defense right after this. Welcome, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. We have a good one for you here today. Some high-level action coming from San Brendan's Sabre Field. And the lefty on the mound is Henry Pereira. For the Sabres, the battery is Diego Alvarez. Let's go over the defense now for these home team. Giancarlo Guzman, he'll be playing third base today. Next to him is JP, John Perez. Alan Perez is in right field. Pedro Castillo is the second baseman. Kevin Leon is at first base. George Heredia is in center field. Luchi Navas in left field for George Robles' San Brendan Sabres. Let's go over the starting lineup for the visiting Palmer Trinity Falcons with their head coach Howard Cuervo. Their athletic director is Dave Lanham. And the Falcons will send up Matthew Echevarri. He's a senior. The second batter is Michael Miraglia. He'll be followed by Nicholas Miraglia. Batting fourth is Raul Rincon. Then it's Lorenzo Rodriguez batting fifth and playing third base. Joshua Martinez follows him. And then it's Kevin Prieto, the pitcher DH, and he'll be batting seventh. Pedro Castillo's the second baseman, and he'll be batting eighth. And Tommy Barcinas Jr. will be rounding out the starting lineup for Howard Cuervo's Palmer Trinity Falcons. Matthew Chavarria steps in the box from the left side. He'll face the left-handed pitcher, and there's a look at him there. The name is Henry Pereira. These Falcons are putting up a lot of runs. They've put 15 in the last two games, and they bring their 3-1-1 record into Sabre Field to test the 4-3 San Brendan Sabres. Last time FSPN was here, the Sabres lost a heartbreaker in the top of the seventh inning to the visiting Doral Firebirds, and we're about to get underway here with the first pitch. And it's inside for a ball. Two nights in a row, we have a gorgeous night and afternoon for baseball. Let's bring up the scoreboard as we see the count go to 1-1 on Echevarri. The Sabres are wearing their home cream whites with the green accents. 1-1 swung on and hit right at Castillo. An easy play to him. He flips over to Kevin Leon for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the junior, the shortstop, Michael Miraglia. With one out, top of the first and no score. Folks, you're watching FSPN. So pull up a chair and join us. Get your favorite cold beverage, and we're going to be here for a couple hours watching these Sabres. And the Falcons go at it, and just like that, there's a ground ball to JP, and he fires across for the second out of the inning. The catcher now steps in. There are two quick outs. It's Nicholas Miraglia. He's a junior, right-handed batter, and he'll face the lefty Henry Pereira. Gets the first one over for a ball that's looked at. Beautiful field here at Sabre Field, and that one's grounded foul. No score, top of the first, 2 outs. St. Brendan's Field. The batter's Nicholas Miraglia. An off-speed pitch, a floppy one, got over for a strike. I was talking to assistant coach Sebastian Fernandez before the game, and he gave me a little nugget on Pereira. You know, he's not going to overpower you. He's not going to have that blazing 98-mile-an-hour fastball, but, boy, he'll go deep in the count. He'll make you work. He'll nibble around the edges, and he's got 2 or 3 different off-speed pitches. There's a look at the lefty. Here's the 1-1 to Nick. Swung on and missed. So that was the 3rd strike of the inning. I missed by a strike. So nothing across the board. They go down in order. We're going to head to the bottom of the 1st inning. And the St. Brendan Sabres are going to get their first at-bats. And you're watching FSPN. You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your hosts, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs. Welcome back to St. Brendan's Field for some high school baseball brought to you by FSPN. A good one here between the home team, the Sabres, and the visiting Palmer Trinity Falcons. And on the mound for the Falcons, we're going to have another lefty. It's going to be a battle of the southpaws out here today. It's going to be Kevin Prieto, the pitcher for Howard Cuervo's Palmer Trinity Falcons. And now that we have a chance, let's go over the Falcon defense real quick. The batter is going to be Kevin Prieto. Behind the plate, it's Nicholas Miraglia. Playing third base, it's Lorenzo Rodriguez. To his left, at shortstop, is Mike Miraglia. Then it's Pedro Castillo at second base. Joshua Martinez is in the playing first base. Raul Rincon is in right field. Was it Barcinas? Yes, Barcinas is in center field. Sorry about that. Matthew Chaveria is in left field, and that rounds out your defense for the Palmer Trinity Falcons. I'll go through the starting lineup here for the home team in just a second. The leadoff batter is Diego Alvarez. He's the catcher. Luchi Navas in left field, batting second. Then it's Kevin Leon, the first baseman, followed by Brandon Roca. Then it's John Perez. Giancarlo Guzman batting sixth. Alan Perez is the seventh batter. George Heredia is the eighth batter. And the ninth batter is Matt Garcia, and he's playing second base. And the first pitch from the lefty, Prieto, is a ball to Alvarez. That strike taken equals the count at 1-1. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Uncle Muggs coming to you from Huechete. I love this place. And there's that big loopy slider, 12-6 you want to call it. Two and one to count. Pretty similar, both lefties. Prieto may throw just a little bit harder than Pereira, but similar arm motion, similar mechanics. The count goes to 2-2. On the catcher, Diego Alvarez. He fouls one to the right side, and if there's room for Josh Martinez, he's going to make a play, and he overruns it, and that one's going to give new life to Diego Alvarez. Not windy at all. It's a beautiful evening for baseball in Huechete. The wind is blowing slightly, very slightly out towards left center. I'll go over the dimensions of Sabre Field in just a second. But the turf looks gorgeous. 2-2. Swung on and fouled at the plate. I'd say it's about 3:05 down the lines. Now they have a big mesh screen that hugs the left field line from left field all the way to center field. And if you hit it in that mesh, that's a home run. And Dylan Prince did that the other day here in the Firebird game. Here's the 2-2 to Alvarez, and he hits that one, and it looks playable. Shallow right field. They're coming in on it. Castillo, Rincon, and it's Barina who makes the play, the center fielder. Barcinas. I'll get that right before the end of the day. So one out for the Sabres. It's going to bring up the second batter. Luchi Nava. He's a lefty. And he made a great play, a couple great plays on that game that we did for the Firebirds. Lucci takes the first one over for a strike. Bottom of the first, no score, 1 out, nobody on. The visiting Falcons are here. There's a curveball that's just hit foul. Nice curveball by Prieto. Nava did a good job to keep his hands back when he's just a little bit ahead of that one. And he's going to have 1 ball and 2 strikes. Or 2 strikes. There's Nava. So look at Prieto. It's the 0-2. And it's a fastball in the outside corner. He tried to cross him up there a little bit and throw a fastball and a curveball count to Nava. Nice crowd on hand. And that one's hit on the ground to Martinez. He's going to take it himself. He tells the pitcher, I got this for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Kevin Leon. Kevin Leon stands in from the left side. An off-speed pitch there by Prieto. Just misses outside for ball 1. No score. Bottom of the first. Prieto's pitch is low and away to even the count. Lucci Nava, the batter. And there's a called strike. Nice break to that one. He started that one inside, and it stayed in there right under the hand. So Prieto's going after these guys. He keeps shaking him off. He finally got the pitch that he likes. And that's the one that's just missed to bring the count full. Boy, Prieto really wanted that one. And we come back out. The big lefty for San Brendan's, Henry Pereira. He's going to have his hands full, shutting down a high-powered offense from the Falcons. There's a strike 3 swinging. So after 1 complete, there's no score here at San Brendan's. We head to the top of the second, and the Palmer Falcons are up to bat. And you're watching FSPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the home of the Sabres, the San Brendan Sabres, where they're taking on the visiting team, the Palmer Trinity Falcons, and they're led by their head coach, Howard Cuervo. Jorge Robles is at the helm of the home team, and we have a scoreless game. We're in the top of the second inning, and due up for the Falcons are the 4, 5, and 6 hitter, Raul Rincon, Lorenzo Rodriguez, and Joshua Martinez. If anybody gets on, it'll be the pitcher DH, the lefty Kevin Prieto. And we have a lefty on lefty matchup today. The count evens to Rincon, who's been started off the year okay. I mean, he's hitting .357 right now. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. Big swing there by the right fielder. He's a senior, Raul Rincon. That one's taken high. Pereira looking for his second strikeout of the game. He kicks and deals, and that one's just barely hit foul right in front of the plate, right in front of Alvarez. The 2-2 check swing. They're going to look down at first base. He says no. I'm going to bring the count full to 3-2. Uncle Muggs bringing you the play-by-play from San Brendan. The payoff pitch. Swung on it and missed. Second strikeout now for Pereira. Coming into the box from the right side, it's the third baseman, Lorenzo Rodriguez, with one out in the top of the second inning. Pereira going to work now. He seems to have settled in now. He's retired 4 in a row. Rodriguez swings at the first pitch high. And does the same to that one. And Henry's a quick worker. I mean, he gets the ball back from Alvarez. He doesn't play around. He puts his foot back on the rubber and goes to work again. Just the kind of game that an announcer likes. Here's the 0-2. That's fouled into the screen. These Falcons come in 3-1-1. They lost the first game of the season to Coral Gables. Here's the 0-2. Boy, that looks like, wow, that was a ball. So the Falcons lose the first one to Coral Gables. Then they beat Coral Park and Slam. They tied 12-12 to Ferguson. And their next game is going to be Thursday against Miami Lakes. And there's one that's lifted into center field. Herrera's calling for it. He comes in and makes the play easily for the second out. Your batter is Joshua Martinez. He's the sixth batter, a sophomore. He's the first baseman for these Palmer Trinity Falcons. And there's a ground ball slowly hit over to Castillo. He flops it over to Kevin. And that's the third out of the inning, so nothing across the board. Pereira gets 6 in order, and we head to the bottom half of the second inning with no score here from St. Brendan's Field. And you're watching FSPN. Welcome back, everyone, to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball, where we have a good one for you today between the visiting team, the Palmer Trinity Falcons, that are led by head coach Howard Cuervo, and the home team, the Sabres of St. Brendan's, that are led by their head coach Jorge Robles. Nice afternoon, beautiful sunset going on here. And so far, 9 batters have come up. 9 of them have been retired. Both pitchers are pretty much doing a great job. They're doing their job. 4, 5, and 6 are due up for the Sabres in the likes of Brandon Roca. It'll be John Perez and Giancarlo Guzman. First pitch to Roca's inside. Ball 1. That one's up high and looked at by Roca. John Perez, he could do it all. Okay, could pitch, play some shortstop, great teammate. Swung on it, hit right into the net. St. Brendan started off to a red-hot start this year. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, another foul ball, even the count at 2. I was going to say that the Sabres started off red hot this season, winning their first 3 games over Coral Park, Miami Beach, and Terra. Then they lost a couple back-to-back to Westminster and Doral. They beat they lost one to Miami Springs after beating LaSalle. Count goes full to Brandon Roca. And I'm sorry about the previous inning. I think I called Kevin Leon Lucci. I missed the batter, and here's the full count. Roca slaps that one foul right into the netting. Pedro loses that one outside, and he's going to get the leadoff man aboard. First base runner of the game for the Sabres, or for anybody, it's Brandon Roca, and that'll bring up the 5th batter, John Perez. Head coach Robles over there going through some signs. So let's see if he digs into his toolbox of strategies here today and maybe a hit and run. Perez squares the bunt. Bottom of the second inning, no score. Runner on first base. It's the DH, Brandon Roca. Prieto's the pitcher from the left side. That one's a little low. A little bit out of the strike zone. Roca on first base. Wow, nice stop by there by Nick Miraglia. Swung on and hit foul. Nice swing there, just a little tardy. Pitched a really good game last week versus Doral. Got his team in it. Unfortunate for the Sabres, they gave up 3 in the top of the 7th and lost that one. There's an off-speed pitch that swung through. A nice pitch by Prieto, like a backdoor slider with some late break, and he swung right through it for out number 1. It's going to bring up his buddy, the third baseman, Giancarlo Guzman. You remember these guys. They were a great interview in the winter when we came out here for the Melendez College Advisory Winter Showcase. These two guys, Perez and Garcia, they both faced each other, and then we had some fun with it. Look it up in our library on YouTube, and you'll get a crack out of that. So with 1 out, first pitch swinging is the third baseman. They have some seniors on this team, but all around a young team. Giancarlo here is a sophomore. He'll be followed by Alan Perez, who's a junior. Then it'll be George Heredia. He's a center fielder. Heredia's another junior. And if he gets on, it's Matt Garcia, who also is a junior. The pitch from Prieto is taken outside. Roca's on first. Prieto takes a long look at him, finally comes to the plate. Guzman's fighting up there, hitting that one foul. Trying to get something going here for head coach Jorge Robles. Just outside by Prieto to fill the count. Alan Perez is on deck, just licking his chops for a chance to come up here and poke one somewhere and give these Sabres a lead. Meanwhile, it's Guzman against Prieto. He pops that one straight up, and if there's room for Miraglia, it looks like there is. Almost bumps into Garcia, who didn't really move down the line. And that makes it 2 outs. So with a runner on, bottom of the second, no score, 2 outs. The Sabres bring up the right fielder, the junior Alan Perez. See if he can get things going here for the Sabres. Prieto comes home, gets that one over for a strike. It pops out of the mid of Nick Miraglia, but not far enough. There's the 0-1 up high. Easy take there for Alan Perez. 2 outs. Bottom of the second. No score. George Robles over there for the Sabres going through some signs. And there's one hit high into center field. Barcenas is calling for it. He's camped out under it. He's got a campfire in the 3rd out of the inning. The Sabres leave 1. They get none. And we head to the top of the 3rd with no score here from Sabre Field. And remember, you're watching your favorite channel for high school baseball. It's FSPN. Remember to follow us and subscribe. Thanks for watching. You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your hosts, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs. Welcome back, high school baseball fans, to FSPN's coverage of a good game here in Westchester between the home team, the San Brendan Sabres, and the visiting team, the Palmer Trinity Falcons. There's a pitch over for a strike for the starting pitcher. It's Henry Pereira. No score, top of the third, and the visiting Falcons are up to bat, and they're sending up their 7, 8, 9 hitter. One of these guys are trying to get on board so we can cycle the lineup and get the leadoff batter, Matthew Echavarria, up. Right now it's Kevin Prieto. He'll be followed by Pedro Castillo. That ball's in the dirt. These Falcons, as I mentioned, are red hot. They scored 15 runs in their last game. And then another 15 in the game before that. Probably the hottest one of them all is at bat right now. Kevin Prieto, he's hitting .556. And he's the pitcher today. The count goes to 2-2. That one's fouled off of the helmet of Alvarez. Uncle Muggs here in the booth at St. Brendan's, and man, I can fall in love with this place. We got remote control air conditioning. That's right. Got the AC on remote control. Try to beat that. That one slapped into the net. Just a walk. Bunch of strikeouts. Nice fly balls. And there's one that goes over the head. Oh, Prieto, he's got to duck down. Brings the count 3-2. Pitcher on pitcher. That one's just outside, and they're going to have their first base runner. But you're going to have your first batter possibly up this inning. Got a courtesy runner, I think, came in for Rincon. Not sure who that is. Swing and a miss there. Big swing by Castillo. Well, we know this park. We know the dimensions. We know the ball can leave the yard here in a hurry. And now he's in the hole 0-2. Henry Pereira, the big lefty, puts one in the dirt. Alvarez with an excellent block. Pereira trying to look for his best friend here. And that one slapped foul. Pereira deals. Well, he just keeps getting a piece out of it. He's a pesky hitter. There's your base runner. And there he goes. Another foul ball. It looked like he was in motion, like a wide receiver comes out and motions to the other side and sets up in the formation. And there's one that's hit on the ground. A nice gobble up over to Castillo. Over to Kevin Leon for the double play. And there's your best friend. Muchas gracias, amigo. Doble play. 2 outs in the top of the third. No score. There's one that's hit high and deep in left field. Luchi Navas going back. He loses it in the light. Umpire calls a foul ball. Nava ran all the way up to the line, and then he threw his arms up in the air like saying, hey, I lost it. I need some help. Looked good coming off the bat. Count's going 1-1 now. Tommy swings right through the middle of that one and bring the count 1-2. We're in the top of the third. 2 outs. Nobody on. Pereira rocks. Swing and a miss for a strike 3. That's a third strikeout for Pereira, the third out for the inning. We're going to head to the bottom half of the third with no score from St. Brendan's Field. And you're watching, you know what you're watching, FSPN, baby.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Look at that beautiful Westchester sunset here from St. Brendan's Field. You're watching high school baseball, high-level stuff between the visiting Palmer Trinity Falcons and the home team, the St. Brendan Sabres. And I'm going to put you guys on legend alert because I just saw a legend of South Florida baseball just walk by with 6 state championships. None other than Ernie Padron is in the building. Ernie's a legend here in South Florida, and he looks good, man. I mean, he's got those guns. It looks like he's been working out. Beleng, he's over there coaching at Beleng now. We know him because of his days at Florida Christian, but now he's with Jesse over at Beleng, and they had a big win last night. All right, your batter is George Heredia. He'll be followed by Matt Garcia, and then it's the catcher, the leadoff batter, Alvarez. But Jesse's Wolverines really took it to Ralph Suarez's Doral Firebirds yesterday. They beat them 6-0. And that's twice that the center fielder, Heredia, tries to bunt. Third baseman creeps in. That's Lorenzo Rodriguez. Josh Martinez is at first, and they're both crashing in. He takes that one for a strike. Look at that sunset. Look at that Westchester. Who says Westchester doesn't have nice sunsets? And that one's hit up the middle. It could be trouble. Castillo goes over. Gets the first out of the inning. After a ground out by Heredia, Matt Garcia is the batter. And he's going to wear that one. Probably going to need some therapy after that. Maybe a massage, a cold plunge, or one of those suction things maybe. So with one out, the Sabres have a runner here in the bottom of the third. They'll keep it an eye on Garcia over there at first base. Garcia, the second baseman. Wow, there's a close pitch. Crowd wants a base hit from Diego. Be a big help here with one out. That looked like a balk from Prieto, and he'll make his way to second base is Matt Garcia. It's a 3-1. Inside for a strike. Or get on there. And it's ball 4. Yeah, get on the Instagram page, Florida Sports PN. Nominate your favorite player in the different categories. And sometime in March, we're going to open up the voting. And by the end of the season, we'll have a winner in different categories like Player of the Year, Pitcher of the Year, Junior Player of the Year, Sophomore Player of the Year. And we're going to have a special one this year for the best teammate. It's going to be called the Mugs. And now here's a visit from the Palmer Trinity pitching coach. And now we're going to take a break. And we'll be right back with more high school baseball on FSPN. And Kevin Prieto stays in there, the lefty. He's the starter. And with a runner on first and second, and one out here in the bottom of the third, things are getting a little bit complicado. He comes set. He got his sign from Miraglia. Now he throws to second to try to pick off Matt Garcia, but no dice. That one's in the dirt, kind of low. It's not really dirt, it's turf here, but it's got the color of clay, so we're going to call it dirt. So if we say it's in the dirt, it's in the fake dirt. 1-0 to the second batter, Nava. He'll be followed by Kevin Leon, the big first baseman. The 0-1 is swung on and hit foul to the right side. The count will come even. The 1-2 to Nava. Swung on a little numbler out in front of the plate. It's going to be trouble. They're going to throw down to first and get that out. The runners are going to advance, and that's just like a sacrifice bunt. It was like a swinging bunt by Nava. Alvarez is at second. Matt Garcia is at third. First one to Roca's down low. Oh, good block by Miraglia. Roca's a senior on this team, playing DH. Garcia was hit by a pitch, a walk to Diego Alvarez. Come back to Nava. Intentional walk now. And there's a ground ball hit up the middle. He's going to be caught by the shortstop, Miraglia, and he throws to first for the out. Wow, what a play by Miraglia. So the Sabres leave 3. They get none. We head to the top of the 4th inning with no score from Sabre Field. And you're watching FSPN right here in Westchester. You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your hosts, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs. Welcome back to Sam Brendan's Field, where we have a scoreless game in the top of the fourth inning between the Palmer Trinity Falcons and the home team, the Sabres. And I don't want to jinx anybody, but both pitchers are throwing no-hitters. And we're in the top of the fourth inning. Just like that, the scoreboard goes out. Robert, you're all right? We need an electrician? Well, I'm going to have to really keep score now. The Falcons send up the leadoff batter, Matthew Chiaveri. He'll be followed by Michael Miraglia. Then it's Nicholas Miraglia and the red-hot Raul Rincon. See if they can get something going here. That one's inside. Count goes to 2-1. There's the Sam Brendan's lefty. Priedo's the Palmer Trinity lefty. And we have a legit duel going on here. Hasn't been a hit, a couple walks, but nobody's really hit the ball today. There's another walk. And I think this team has triplets on this team. I'm not sure. Somebody told me a team had triplets. I wasn't sure if it was the Falcons or not. So the first pitch to Michael is a strike. Pardon me, is a ball. There's a look at Chiaveri on first base. He's squaring the bunt. He takes it back, though. Alvarez acted like he was going to throw to first. Castillo went around to cover. There's the shortstop. Bunting again. Garcia creeps in, and that one's hit off the fist. Over to Castillo, who tags. Now he throws to Leon. And they got him. A double play, even though the Palmer Trinity coach is complaining. But it looked like Castillo tagged him. He had enough time to go to Leon. And just like that, we're best friends. Wiped out the leadoff runner. So no damage done to Prieto. He's cruising. Oh, and he just got a piece of Miraglia's foot. From Sebastian Fernandez is going to have a meeting here. Everybody's coming in. This is looking like a whole board meeting. I think they're going to go over the budget and everything, and we're going to come right back to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Mound visit was very brief by Sebastian Fernandez. And now Pereira, the big lefty. He's facing the fourth batter for these Palmer Trinity Falcons. And the likes of Raul Rincon, the right fielder. So with a runner on, Rincon looks at one that's way high. Runs a bit at a premium here. Pereira comes in, the lefty deals, and there's one hit into the right center field gap. Alan Perez goes back on it. He goes in front of the warning track, and he makes the third out of the inning. So the Falcons go blank across the board. We head to the bottom of the fourth. There's no score. There's no hits here from Sam Brendan's Field. And you're watching FSPN. Thanks for watching, everybody. You're watching Miami-Dade and Broward County High School Baseball on the Florida Sports Programming Network. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram for a list of upcoming events. And every Sunday, it's Inside the Park, the weekly recap show with your hosts, Chappie Castillo and Uncle Muggs. Welcome back to Sam Brendan's Fields, where we have a good one between the Sabres and the Falcons. And both starting pitchers are still in there. Kevin Prieto, the big lefty for the Palmer Trinity Falcons, and Henry Pereira, the lefty for the Sam Brendan Sabres. And why not? They're both pitching a no-hitter. Bottom of the fourth inning, no score. JP's up. He'll be followed by Giancarlo Guzman Garcia. And then it's Alan Perez, followed by George Heredia. John squares and takes a strike. I'd call both of these pitchers crafty and not very overpowering. Swing and a miss at one. A backdoor slider by Prieto. Quickly 0-2 to the shortstop. John Perez. And there's a ground ball hit to the shortstop. Actually, the third baseman cuts it off, Lorenzo, and he throws over to Joshua Martinez for the first out. A nice play there by the third baseman. With one out in the bottom of the fourth inning in a scoreless game, a hitless game. He's facing Kevin Prieto for the Falcons. Swings at that first pitch and fouls it to the right side. There's what I was telling you about Garcia. You know, Garcia looks more like a fullback than a baseball player. It looks like somebody you want to give it to you in short yardage situation to get you a first down. Pitch from Prieto, flopped over. Another backdoor slider. Late break on that curveball. Right-handed batters are giving up on it, and then next thing you know, it flops over and catches the corner for a strike. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt, easy take for Garcia. Somebody call Uber. Maybe we can Uber in a hit. Prieto kicks. Another one in the dirt, and that's another curveball. That's three in a row that Prieto's thrown. Now he gets a sign from Miraglia. That's Nicholas Miraglia. Prieto kicks, and the 2-2 swung on and hit grounded foul of third base. We'll do that one all over again. Here's the 2-2 to Guzman, and that one's hit up the middle. And there's your first hit of the ball game. And that's what the Sabres needed. They needed to get somebody on. They need some traffic on the bases, and then they need some timely hitting. Good stop by Miraglia back there. Prieto looks at him, and that one's hit to straightaway center field. Going back on it is Marcenas, and right at the little makeshift fence, he makes a big out. Huge out there for Prieto. With a runner on first and 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth inning in a scoreless game. A one-hitter. No-hitter for Pereira, the Sam Brendan's pitcher. But Kevin Prieto's on the mound for Palmer Trinity, and he only has one hit, and that was Giancarlo Guzman, who's standing on first base right now. Wow, that was a little bit outside, a little generous from the home plate umpire, but he's been calling that outside corner the whole night. Count goes 1-1 to the center fielder, Heredia. Prieto looks at the runner, and that one, wow, way outside. Here's a 2-1 to Heredia. Outside corner called strike. Prieto comes set, takes a peek at Guzman at first, kicks and deals, and that one's slapped in the right field, and it's going to fall in front of Rincon. They're going to hold him up, and Guzman is going to stay on second base. Wow, the throw got away from everybody, and here comes Giancarlo. And they got him at third base. No, hold on. Let's see what's going on here. That base hit can't take away from Heredia. That's going to stand. So Heredia is going to make his way to second base. Rincon threw it away from everybody. I mean, totally incomplete down the line. They're going to call him safe. The throw went past the third baseman, past the cutoff man, and Garcia was able to get back in time, and now the runners are on second and third base with 2 outs for Matt Garcia. And not only will Matt Garcia, if he gets a base hit here, will get his team the lead, but he'll cycle the lineup, and it'll bring up Diego Alvarez that's on deck. He's the catcher. But first we're going to have a mound visit, and it looks like with one hit they might remove the pitcher, and he sure does. He grabs and he signals to the bullpen. We're going to get a new pitcher. We're going to be right back right after this, and you're watching FSPN. Welcome back to Sabre Field. We're at St. Brendan's versus the Palmer Trinity Falcons. And we have a pitching change for the Palmer Trinity Falcons. After just giving up one hit, Kevin Prieto was pulled for Luis Acosta. He's a right-handed pitcher. And he inherits a couple runners in Giancarlo Garcia. He's at third base. George Heredia, who got a base hit, is now at second base. And your batter is Matt Garcia, the second baseman for George Robles' St. Brendan Sabres. And a base hit here will get him a run. Probably get him a free burger, a pizza too. Costa starts him off with one right in the hip. So hit by pitch. Bad for Garcia, good for the Sabres. Garcia, tough guy, boy. He's over there first base and hurting. I think that caught him on the elbow. And he's going to need to be looked at maybe. Oh, he's a tough guy. He's staying in the game. Leadoff batter is in the box now. Diego Alvarez with 2 outs. Bottom of the fourth in a scoreless ball game. His pitcher's throwing a no-hitter. He's been walked and flied out to center field. And he takes that Acosta pitch down low. Costa fires one in there for a strike. Heredia's in second. Matt Garcia's on first base, and that's an easy take for Alvarez because that was up high over his head. Luis Acosta. The runners are all going, except for Guzman. An easy take there and a first run for the home team. Let's put your hands together, folks. That's right. We're waiting 4 innings for this. Heredia went to third. Matt Garcia's on second. Quickly 2-0 to the left-handed hitter. Three and 0. Wow, another walk here can give him another free run. I love these freebies. See if he has the green light. Now was taken all the way, and he's going to take his base. And the Sabres are going to take a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And there's nowhere to put Kevin Leon now. They're going to have to pitch to him. And this is worth the price of admission right here. Heredia scores. Garcia moves over to third. Garcia moves to third. Nava's at first. And we may have another pitching change, and if we do, we're going to take a quick break and come back to this 2-0 ball game. And there it is. He's asking for the ball. We'll be right back, and I want to say, everybody, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and follow us on Instagram. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to a Wednesday afternoon, evening game between the Sabres of St. Brendan's, that are their home team, and the visitors of the Palmer Trinity Falcons. And we have a new pitcher. His name is Matthew Echavarria, who's playing left field. Kevin Prieto, the former pitcher, is now playing left field. Echavarria is also a lefty, and they're hoping that he can come in and get some Band-Aids and stop the bleeding here, because he's facing a dangerous hitter in Kevin Leon, the first baseman, the pit commit. He was intentionally walked, struck out in the first, and now there's nowhere to put him. They have to pitch to him. Easy take there for Leon. He wish he had that pitch back. He can turn on it and put it in the pool. Well, I haven't seen a grand slam in a while. Base hit will get him 1, maybe 2. A big fly. Oh, and he wore that one. Chavarria hits him with a pitch. It's going to be 3-0. And these Sabres will take them any way we can get them. It's not exciting, but they keep piling up. Now it's 3-0. Bottom of the fourth. And Leon's at first. Batter's Brandon Roken. He swings at the first pitch in a line drive. Wow, what a spectacular catch there by Mike Miraglia. So the Sabres leave 3. They get 3. We head to the top half of the 5th inning. And I'm Uncle Muggs from Sabre Field, having a great time. And I want to thank everybody for watching on FSPN. Welcome back to Sam Brendan Sabre Field, everyone, for a Wednesday night matchup between the Sabres and the Palmer Trinity Falcons. They are your head coaches, and we have a good one here. The home team just scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning to make it 3-0, and that's going to give some cushion to their big lefty, Henry Pereira, who, I don't want to jinx him, don't say anything, but he's throwing a no-hitter. That's right, he's throwing a no-hitter through 4. And he's going to face Rodriguez, Martinez, and Prieto, the 5th, 6th, and 7th batters for these Trinity Falcons. And if anybody gets on, it's Pedro Castillo. Somebody's going to try to break up the no-no here. These Sabres are no strangers to the no-no because Ulpi threw actually 4 perfect innings against Cole Park in their season opener. And then I heard someone else went a few innings. I think it was Ulpi himself. He threw another no-hit outing. But here we're going to face Lorenzo Rodriguez, the third baseman, the senior for these Falcons. First pitch swinging. Something kooky, something slippery. Gave up 3 walks. Has 3 strikeouts. There's a floppy curveball, just missed. Boy, that looked like one of those Dave LaRoche. If anybody remembers that guy from the Yankees, he used to throw la lob. That's what that looked like. The 1-2's fouled into the screen. We'll do it all over again. Nobody out. Top of the 5th inning, 3-0. The home team winning. You got to see the Westchester sunset, and there's a little nubbler over to first base. It's going to be trouble. But he picks it up, and he overthrows Leon. Wow, pitchers aren't usually known to be slick fielders, but Pereira had plenty of time to go over there and pick up that ball. It's going to be an error. He threw it underhand right over Leon's head, which is not easy to do, but lefty Kevin Prieto, who's waiting on deck. First pitch swinging. Boy, he tried to ambush him on that one. Joshua was all over that one a little bit late. He just missed that one. The 0-1 looked that high to even the count. Henry Pereira. Hope I didn't jinx him. He's throwing a no-no through 4. Runner got on by an error, so it's still a no-no. Catches the outside corner. Lorenzo standing on first base. Check swing on a high and inside pitch. Maybe pitch to contact here. Hope for a ground ball. There's a big hole on the right side. Kevin Leon's holding the runner. And that one gets through Alvarez. It's ball 4. Sebastian comes out of the dugout to speak to his left-hander. And I think that's going to be it for him. And it sure is, with a big standing ovation with a no-hitter. He leaves the 4th inning. And I think he did an excellent job. And we're going to see a new pitcher. We're going to come back right here on FSPN to Sam Brendan's Field.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
Welcome back to your favorite channel for high school baseball. You're watching FSPN on a Wednesday night. We got a good one here between the Sabres and the Falcons, and we have a new pitcher for the Sabres. It's going to be the senior right-hander, Justin Cardenas. He comes in for Henry Pereira, who was just absolutely awesome, except for at the end there. He walked a couple guys, but other than that, he had 3 strikeouts. He pitched 4 innings, and he didn't give up any hits. So continuing the good pitching here at Sam Brendan's. They got a good outing the other night from JP. Ulpi had a couple good outings as well. some good pitching. All the San Brendan Sabres are waiting for is some timely hitting. As they could play defense, they just got to hit the ball when they have runners in scoring position. Right now, Cardenas is facing the pinch hitter. Sorry, the DH was the pitcher, Kevin Prieto. He got walked his last time up. Prieto from the left side. Big swing and a miss there. He left the game with a couple strikeouts. Pitch from Cardenas. He squares off and takes high. With nobody out. Harold Cuervo's asking his seventh batter to lay one down. Pedro Castillo's on deck. He's a second baseman. See if he squares this time. Or he swings away. And there's a swing and a swing away, and that goes foul. Brings the count to 2-2. Defense remains the same. Got Alvarez behind the plate. Kevin Leon is over at first base. Garcia's at second. A swing and a miss there. Strike three. Big strikeout by Cardenas. Rodriguez is on second base. One out by way of strikeout. Swing and a miss right on the outside corner. Runners on second and first base. Swung on and missed. Castillo will be followed by Barcinas Jr. and then the leadoff man, Matthew Echeverry. Right now, Cardenas has his hands full here, and there's his second consecutive strikeout and his second out of the inning. Trying to leave a couple runners on base, stranded on base for the Trinity Falcons. Justin's not super overpowering. He throws hard enough. Normal high school arm. Looks like he has a good changeup. A nice off-speed pitch. Alvarez setting up outside. Puts it inside and high. You never know who's going to show up here to Sabre Field. We're on legend alert. 3-1 the count. The legend that's in the house now is Ernie Padron. He's a coach now with Jesse's Wolverines, but he's been well known for coaching those Florida Christian Patriots to state titles in the past. Cardenas on the mound. There's one over the corner. 3-2 to the last batter. This would be great to get him. Start off the next inning, and there's a one over the corner, and it's called strike three. 3 consecutive strikeouts. Cardenas comes in and strikes out the side. We head to the bottom of the fifth. The Falcons leave 2. They get none. And we head to the bottom of the fifth, 3-0 in favor of the home team. And you're watching FSPN.
You're watching the Florida Sports Programming Network.
Welcome back to the bottom of the fifth inning at San Brendan's Field, where we have a 3-0 game between the home team that are leading the Palmer Trinity Falcons. And your batter is the shortstop, John Perez. He will be followed by the sixth batter, Giancarlo Guzman, and then it's Alan Perez. Perez swings at one on the outside corner. The count goes 3-2. Come on, John. We need a hit here. I'll take a walk. And the new arm on the mound, I believe his name is Lorenzo. Right-handed pitcher. For Palmer Trinity, squares the bunt. Giancarlo squares again. Now there's a throw to first. Perez gets back in plenty of time. And Carlos squares again. There's a strike call by the umpire. There goes the speedy Perez. They're not going to get him, not even close. Ball goes through. It's stopped by the shortstop. Perez easily steals second base. Sabres got 3 in the bottom half of the 4th, and they're looking to do some damage here in the 5th. Giancarlo had a base hit and a run scored his last time up. And he's going to get walked. With no outs and runners on first and second base. It's a 3-0 game here from San Brendan. First pitch swinging. And a good pitch to swing at. He just didn't get it. Just missed that one. A quick strike to Alan Perez. He's a right fielder. He's a junior. Miraglia's going over some signs. The catcher for Palmer Trinity. The pitcher's Lorenzo Rodriguez. The corners are crashing in now. And he does square to bunt. He lays one down. A nice bunt. The catcher has to pick it up. He tries to go to third. He's going to be safe. A nice bunt. Not a great decision by Miraglia, Nicholas Miraglia. He went to third base to try to get the forced play, and Perez beat it. And now we're going to have bases loaded with no one out for George Heredia, center fielder. Heredia looks at one low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. And there's a looper in right field. Rincon goes back on it. There might be a tag up. Rincon gets it. The big lefty fires home. And JP's going to beat it. You're not going to catch JP. Not 90 feet away. Maybe 110 feet away. And I don't even think he'll catch him at 110. 4th run for the home team. As he's standing on deck. Let's see if he sends him. There he goes. And the catcher throws through, but not even close. 3-0 count to the last batter, Garcia. And good things are starting to happen for these home Sabres. Already they're up 4-0. Now they're going to load the bases up for their leadoff batter, and I think, he's looking in the dugout. I think somebody's coming out to talk to him maybe. Diego Alvarez has walked twice and flied to center, and just how I predicted, Uncle Muggs on the money again, and here comes the talk, the text, the email. We're going to come back right after this. Thanks for watching FSPN, everybody. After a quick mound visit from head coach of the Palmer Trinity Falcons, Howard Cuervo, he gave the pitcher Lorenzo Rodriguez the full bases loaded, nobody out speech, which is don't give up a granny. Rodriguez's throw is in the dirt for ball 1. The catcher, Diego Alvarez, is in the box for the Sabres, and there's nowhere to put him. Some good defense. A young team. They're going to be around for a few years competing here in Dade County. They just got to put some timely hits together. And none better than one right here. A little thin for a catcher, Alvarez, but catchers come in different sizes nowadays. Another free run. Garcia's now on second base. And we're going to have a courtesy runner probably for Alvarez unless he runs for himself and he's standing on first base. I guess he's going to stay in there. And Lucci Nava, the lefty's up. Easy take for Lucci on the first one. Rodriguez looks in. He gets his sign from Miraglia. An off-speed pitch, which is outside. And Miraglia is looking back at the umpire saying, buddy, why don't you call one for us? Time is called. There's another balk. Another free run. Perez is going to score. Matt Garcia is going to make his way over to third base. Diego Alvarez, the catcher, makes his way over to second. And we have 6 runs. Could bring in a couple more, one at least. So with one out, let's see what the left fielder does here. He slaps one. Oh, just foul. First base. That could have been trouble. 6-0, your score in favor of the home team. Infield is in. They've had enough. They're trying to cut a runner off. So Nava fights off the 3-2 pitch from Rodriguez. Takes that one high and another free run. So we got a touchdown on the board now with one out. Matt Garcia scores. Now the bases are loaded. One out. That's grounded foul. They walked him. A couple ground balls to the infield, and he's looking for a big fly. 3-1. I think the leash on Rodriguez is getting a lot tighter, a lot shorter. He walks him here. He's toast. I think that's going to be a visit from the coach. Now run number 7 comes across the board. I didn't have to use any whiteout or anything. And just how I predicted, here comes the head coach with a gaff in his hand, and he's going to get the hook out and take out Lorenzo Rodriguez. And we'll be right back right after these brief messages. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll be right back. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball. And a good one if you're a Sabres fans. They're up 7-0. A combined no-hitter. That's right, combined no-hitter. This is a new arm now for the Falcons. We have Miles Talmach. He's the new pitcher. He's going to inherit the bases loaded with one out. 7 runs already across the board for this inning for the Sabres. Brandon Rincon, the ever dangerous fourth batter, the DH for George Robles and these Sabres, and he's looking to go bye. One pitch here, well hit, could be the ball game. Could be a walk-off because it'll be a mercy rule. Not with that pitch, a little low and away. One out, bottom of the 5th. Your score is 7-0. The new pitcher is Miles Talmach, and that one gets away from the catcher. Miraglia comes back. The runners are going to advance, and it's going to be 8-0 in favor of the home team. Now just a base hit can get you 2 runs, and that could be a knockout, and we can go home early. All right, free pass to Brandon Roca. And here comes John Perez. John Perez, he started this inning off with a walk, what it feels like maybe an hour ago. 8 runs across the board, 5 in this inning for the home team. With a base hit, this could give us a little knockout here. Wow, a curveball that he sat back on, but John wishes he had that pitch again. Leon's at second. Luchinava's at third base. Diego Alvarez scored the 8th run. And a good block over there by Miraglia again. Pretty decent catcher, scrappy guy back there, very competitive. 8 runs. If they get 10, va a ser 10 por la cabeza. There's a base hit, solid note. It's dropping in front of center fielder. He dives. Does he make the play? He does make the out. Nava's going to score, and they're going to try and double up. There's some confusion. They're going to call him out. You know everybody's going to talk. He was safe. on the tag to third. So now he's going to score. He tagged up. JP hit it hard enough, and where the center fielder made a great play. Barcenas Jr. left his feet, and he dove forward, caught the ball, came up firing. Roca had rounded first big time. And now we're going to have that ever-popular meeting of the minds. Yeah, it looks like the Sabres are coming out to the field to finish up. We're going to come right back. If there's any developments, I'll let you know. Thanks for watching FSPN, everyone. Finally, the discussions are over with the umpire. We've had Wall Street-like board meetings. We're in the top of the sixth. Cardenas is still the pitcher for the Sabres. He came in for the left-handed starter, Henry Pereira, who was very effective. In fact, threw a no-hitter before. But Cardenas has been just as effective. He's retired in the last 3 batters in a row by way of strikeout. He's facing Echevarri. He's the leadoff batter for the Trinity Falcons, and he walked and grounded to second base his last 2 at-bats. And he skies that one third base. If Garcia has enough room, he can make the out. Here's the 2-2 to Echevarri. Skied up to the middle of the infield. Let's see who's going to call it. The pitcher gets out of the way. Here comes Leon, and he takes over. He says, give me that. I'm the pit commit. I'm taking over. I'm the captain of this team, and there's 1 out. The last thing you want to do here if you're Justin Cardenas is complicate. Let's just throw some strikes. So now I'm being told that to take the run off the board. Okay, so not to confuse you, and there's a deep drive in right center field. Alan Perez goes back to the warning track. He's backpedaling, and right in front of the wall, he makes the catch. Wow, that one put a charge into that. Pitcher's Justin Cardenas. Swung on. Nice pitch on the outside corner with a fastball. Nobody on, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. Eight to 0. I don't see a hit on this sheet for the Trinity Falcons. There's a little blooper right at the pitcher for the 3rd out. They're not going to get anything here. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 8 to 0 in favor of the home team. And you are watching FSPN with Uncle Muggs.
Hello, my name is Mike Silvestri of Florida Diamond Recruiting Services. We're a full-service baseball recruiting consulting service for high school baseball players and their families. We also assist with junior college transfers and 4-year transfer portal players. Our staff is over 150 years in the game today, consisting of full-time Major League Baseball scouting experience, both head high school and head college coaching experience, along with professional coaching and professional playing experience. Our unique ability to consult, evaluate, project, and network has allowed our families to achieve a 100% placement and offer rate to date. Come see us Sunday, February 23rd at the beautiful 365 hitting facility in Miami, Florida at 1 p.m. for a free recruiting seminar. We will touch on the topics such as the rules changes over the last year or 2 in college baseball recruiting, roster limitations, NIL deals, the transfer portal, and all the factors that affect today's high school baseball player looking to play college baseball. Visit us at www.floridabaseballrecruiting.com to learn more about who we are and the different types of packages that we offer to fit everyone's needs and budgets. Consult, evaluate, project, and network. Continue the dream. Florida Diamond Recruiting Services.
Welcome back to Westchester, Florida for a matchup between the home team, the San Brendan Sabres, and the visitors, the Palmer Trinity Falcons. George Robles is at the helm of the home team. And Howard Cuervo is the skipper for the visiting Falcons. So after 45 minutes of discussion, they took a run off of the board. It's going to bring up Giancarlo Guzman Garcia, the third baseman. They said that both Nava and Leon left early. So I've never seen that. And there's a hard grounder to third base. Picks it up and fires over Martinez for the first out. Alan Perez steps in the box now. Now the Sabres are only 3 outs away from a home victory against a scrappy Palmer Trinity team. The pitcher is still Miles Tallmark. He throws an off-speed pitch that Allen gets way ahead of. There's one that's driven in the right center field gap. Ramon Rincon's going back. Barcenas is calling, and that's going to drop in between them. Well, he better hustle to get in there. Perez with some good speed turns that into a double. The runner on second, 1 out in the bottom half of the 6th inning, and your score is 8-0 for the home team, the Sabres. Two more runs in this inning, and that's it. Oh, swing and a miss there by Boza. We have a pinch runner there for Alan Perez. Swing and a miss. You're going to throw down. Pinch runner is going to stay on second base. And now there's 2 down. So with a runner in second, Isaac can hit one out here and end the game. Tallmike's pitch is outside for ball 1. There's a good look at him. Well, he's got that old school look to him. Looks like he can hit the ball a ton. Haven't seen one really leave the yard here yet. Looking for the third out here and his second strikeout. It's too low. Bottom of the 6th and an 8-0 score in favor of the home team. We can use a double right here. And there's ball 4. The Sabres send up a pinch hitter in the likes of Alan Nunez to bat for the catcher and the first batter, Diego Alvarez. And Alan's another big boy. Hitter, pinch runner for Alan Perez is on second. And Alan Nunez steps in from the right side to face Miles Tallmark. And that one's hit straight back. And most of these Sabres are pretty beefy, man. It looks like they've been lifting weights, and Sebastian's got these guys working out. There's a 1-1. Oh, he stayed back on that off-speed pitch. Nice. Alan Nunez, the batter. Miles Tallmark is on the mound. Here's the 1-2. Inside for a call, strike 3. Boy, the umpire seems like he wants to leave early. The Sabres leave 1. They get none. We head to the top of the 7th inning, and we're 3 outs away from a Sabre victory. And you're watching FSPN. Thanks for watching, everyone. Welcome back to FSPN's coverage of high school baseball from Sabre Field. We have an 8-0 ball game in favor of the home team, the St. Brendan's Sabres. And we got a new pitcher in the game here. His name is Austin West. Left-hander, number 23. And boy, he looks like a closer. Austin West, he's a left-handed pitcher, number 23, and he's looking to close the door here for Coach Robles and Sebastian Fernandez and the entire crew here at St. Brendan's. And I want to give a special thanks, of course, to head coach Jorge Robles and Sebastian Fernandez, his assistant, but Kevin Esteban, the athletic director here, who does an excellent job, and also the principal, Yvette Alvarez, in having a spectacular campus, always top-notch. Every time I come here, they treat me great. And I hope to come back here again. This press booth is solid. The field looks beautiful. The team is competitive. And like I said, this campus is, wow, I wish I went to high school here. Nobody on top of the seventh, 8-0 game. It was once 9-0, but they took a run off the board, and I don't want to get into that because it took 45 minutes to take that run off the board. We're coming up on 8:30. This game started at 6. He can bring it. He throws a little bit hard from the stretch like most relievers do. And there's a ground ball over to Garcia. He picks it up cleanly. Goes over to Leon for the first out. Going to bring up Lorenzo Rodriguez, the third baseman. He's the senior. He reached by an error and flied out to center field. Looking to improve their season record to 5-3. Palmer Trinity will drop to 3-2-1. There's a strike called. Not sure if JP will be on the mound because he pitched on Tuesday in a loss versus the Miami Springs Golden Hawks. There's a ground ball foul. He's the sixth batter. Lorenzo's the fifth. And they're facing what I've coined the closer, Austin West. Just misses and walks him with one out in an 8-0 ball game. I want to say I've seen crazier things happen, but I haven't. Come back from an 8-0 lead with one out in the last inning. Check swing, strike called. Now it's going to take miracles, some candles, maybe even a goat, a chicken. Here's Austin's pitch, and it's low and away. There's one that's slapped in the left field. And, Nava almost comes up with it. Well, he fell kind of awkwardly. That ball's going to roll all the way to the fence. Lorenzo is going to come into third. Joshua Martinez is going to get a double, and I hope I didn't jinx this game by talking like that. Rodriguez easily cruised into third base, and Martinez is standing on second with a one-out double. Kevin Prieto's up. He was the starting pitcher 2.5 hours ago. Runners on second and third and one out. Top of the seventh inning, down by 8. A 3-run homer will make it interesting. He swings at that one. On deck is Castillo. May have a pinch hitter for him. There's a little number hit to Pedro Castillo, who picks it up. Not in time. There goes the shutout. Jaden Butler's going to step up to the plate with runners in the corners now in an 8-1 ball game with one out, top of the seventh inning. Strike in there from the lefty West. That ball was hit really soft. He hits it harder. It's an out. See if the runner goes. West goes in there, and that one's slapped foul. The 0-2. Outside to Jaden Butler. Butler came in to pinch hit for Pedro Castillo. Barcinas is on deck. And that was outside and low. He throws his arms up in the air. Called strike 3 for Butler. Last batter hitting from the right side. Barcinas Jr. And he's a junior. Runners in the corners, and West needs another out here. Beleng will come here tomorrow. There's another ground ball to Guzman. This could be it. Fires across to Leon for the third out. And there it is. The Sabres win. The Sabres win. You're watching FSPN. I want to thank everybody for letting us come out here. Everybody here at San Brendan's. Again, George Robles, Sebastian Fernandez, Kevin Esteban, he's the athletic director, and Yvette Alvarez, she is the principal. And there they are, the victors. Another win for head coach George Robles and Sebastian Fernandez. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Uncle Muggs, and you're watching FSPN.